Hi everyone and welcome to episode 2 of What Makes This Game Awesome. Today I'm going to be talking about Duck Game, which is a really simple game. You're ducks and you shoot each other. So today I'm going to be talking about Duck Game and what makes this game awesome. As I said, you kill ducks. Okay, I'm just kidding, but that is the main premise of the game. There isn't really a storyline, it's just kinda made to play with other people for the fun of battling in custom arenas. The gameplay may look stupid to some, but when you actually play the game, it feels quite deep. And there's actually quite a lot to learn about how to play the game. That doesn't mean the game forces it on you though, and you won't find any forced tutorials in this game. The game's comical to play at any point, which means there's no pressure to get particularly good at it. The only reason you may have to get better at the game is because your friends are getting better and you don't want to get left behind. Talking of friends, this game is made for multiplayer. It's nice to see a game that realizes that sometimes you just want to piss about with your friends in a lobby and you don't want to have the annoying problems of port forwarding and all that stuff. And this game really makes playing with friends super easy. Servers don't require port forwarding, and it's really easy to play online with up to 4 players. And that's really where the game shows off how awesome it is. This game's hilarious to play and it doesn't get boring, because it supports Steam Workshop. This basically means that if you run out of maps or hats in the game and you start to get bored, you can just go and download more for completely free that are community submitted. Hell, you can even make your own. I've made one. As you can see, most of the footage that I have here is recorded with them, because there's no reason not to get it, it just adds to the game. There's a single player mode, but the game feels most fun when played during multiplayer, because the single player is kind of just a bunch of challenges that teaches you how to play the game. Most weapons are quite unique in the game as well, and they really do make for interesting and varied gameplay, especially when playing custom maps people have made and have taken advantage of some of the uses of the weapon. So Duck Game's presentation is arguably not the strong point of the game. The gameplay, in my opinion, is probably the best part of Duck Game, but I really like the presentation of Duck Game. The graphics are done in a fairly pixelated 8-bit retro kind of style, and sometimes, like on the screen where it shows your scores, some basic 3D elements are shown, but for the most part the game is in 2D. The music is done in a pseudo chiptune kind of fashion, and while some songs really do stand out on their own, for the most part it does just act as a cool piece of background music. It's composed by Landon Podbielski, again, sorry if I ruined your name there, and in my opinion is a really great soundtrack, with the songs not getting stuck in your head, but definitely keeping you in the fast-paced mood of the game. So, like most games like this where you're shooting or fighting, this section isn't really too important, but I just wanted to clarify that the default maps in Duck Game do have plenty of variation between them anyway, and with the people on the Steam Workshop creating amazing downloadable maps and content, there is so much variation between maps. I just want to emphasize that this game does not get boring quickly, and you can always download more if you get bored of what you already have. Okay, so the final level of wait, what? What do you mean there's no final level? Okay, so Duck Game doesn't actually have a final level, so I guess I'll just use this last section to address some of the other things that need addressing. So possibly one of the most important things to address in Duck Game are the glitches. They do happen, yes, if you see on screen right now. They're totally a thing that happens in this game. To my knowledge, it's an indie game, so they're kinda to be expected, but it really doesn't ruin the game in any way. They're not game-breaking, and from my experience, they have just made the game more fun. They're quite easy to ignore, and considering the price of this game, and how amazing all the other features are, I personally find it quite easy to overlook these glitches. I know that some people get truly really annoyed by them, but it's not something that arises often. I know that it may look like, because I've been able to capture this is a common occurrence, but to be honest, unless you're actually trying to make the glitch happen, it's quite unlikely that it actually will. So overall, Duck Game is a really cool game. It feels like this game will never stop getting better because the Steam community is constantly producing new content for this game, which really makes it a buy completely worth the money. It isn't even that much money for the game, and with so much content, it just feels like you can keep playing this game forever and not get bored of it. It's really cool, and I love the way that Duck Game plays and functions. Obviously, the glitches will bring its score down a little bit, but in general, no matter what the score is, I would highly recommend playing and buying this game. So, with everything taken into consideration, I would give Duck Game a 7.5 out of 10. That's right, we're going decimal. But seriously, if you agree, make sure to leave a comment or leave a like, and if you don't agree, let me know why in the comments. So, thanks so much for tuning in or watching this episode, and I'll see you next week for another What Makes This Game Awesome. Later.